Okay, ladies.
Okay.
Should we wait for a phone?
Nope, just go.
They'll catch up on it.
Yeah.
October 25th.
Ammon was not present when we got there due to complications with the elevator again.
We don't know really why.
We don't,
Yeah, we're not 100%
worried.
sure.
We're not. I'm worried.
Right.
And she did allow Ammon's lawyers to go talk to him and see if he wanted to comply and come up, but they came back without him. So
Well, and obviously the whole story, we don't know the whole story because Ryan and Cliven were both trying to speak and tell her what really happened, and she didn't let
She
them.
just
So we don't
denied
know what's
even
going
listening to him.
Yep.
So we thought that Ryan would have more information, and he was standing up waiting to be talked to, and she just pretended like he wasn't even there.
Yep.
Right.
So today was the continuance, day 3 of the evidentiary hearing, and I don't think there was a resolution. The judge decided that there is conflicting testimony of the 3 witnesses that were brought in today, so she's going to continue it until November
They're gonna do
Third?
it.
They're doing it on the 3rd.
the 3rd.
November 3rd. But they're still going to
Continue
do jury selection on Monday. So
Yep.
none of that was pushed back.
thank goodness.
So one of the testimony was that there was no rush to shred evidence or documents, and then there was a testimony from another person that said that there was a rush
To shred a whole bunch
to
of
shred a whole bunch because they were in fear that the protesters would get all the information, personal information, and
Yeah, the girl was like, no, like there wasn't any.
Yeah,
There wasn't a
She
bunch
said
of
she
shredding
took a
going
nap
on.
for an hour, 2 or 3 hours or something like that.
And
she
During the
said,
night.
Myri kind of pushed that maybe that's when the rush was.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
But
she
their
was sleeping.
testimonies didn't match.
No.
except she was in charge of everything, so she should have, sleeping or not, would have known. And she did not know any of that.
Szymanski, continued that all the evidence was put into the Wildcat database, and then they shredded everything. Nothing was shredded without being put into the Wildcat. Or
Yeah.
CAD.
So-
Wildcat.
Yeah, he's arguing that basically the defense has everything that was shredded. But there's a lot of this discovery that still we don't know what it is, but the defense isn't buying it for some reason, for like probably a really good reason. They think that something negative happened where they shredded a bunch of things that were pertinent to the case. And obviously the judge, she sided with them, and she's going to allow them to continue that. So,
Because there were 3 more names brought up that weren't initially in the beginning, so they weren't able to examine.
Right.
Myri was
Testify.
not happy about that.
Yeah.
They argued quite a bit about it, and the judge
yeah,
said
he was
that
really mad.
she would
actually.
like to give the defense another try on
Haven't
finding more
finding
evidence
it.
and showing it and bringing it forward.
And hopefully that'll come out with the next 3 people that they call.
Yes.
And he said that we don't even know if they're available. They might even be out of the country,
Is what Myri.
is what
Yeah.
Myri said.
Yeah.
Right.
The marshals are really ticky today.
Yeah.
Very
They're
on
We're
edge.
worried that they're going to beat everybody up again. They were really mean to Cliven today. They took Ryan's highlighters. I don't know how a highlighter can be a threat and a scary thing, but he
They were
had some
just-
highlighters.
yeah,
but they were just
they were
on
just-
edge, and I
yeah.
don't know why.
And Cliven would turn around to look at us and just say, just smile. And they would get in front of him and say, turn around. And he would,
He
just
got
say,
a little
I want
fire
to look
under
to
him.
want to look at my wife and my family. And then they'd move in front of him. And then at
They're
the
really
end,
ornery.
Cliven was just, he wants to see
he was
us.
getting a little defiant with them.
Yeah, and he was. He stood up and, so we're really worried that they may rough him up on the way home. They're just
they
so
rough
mean. They're just so mean. And
I
these
just
guys
can't-
haven't loved
yeah.
their family for 2 years, and they won't even let them turn around and look at us without.
Yeah, that was the issue today. You can't even turn around and
Yeah,
look
it's like, and then the guy would get in front of him. So
Yesterday they said that you could.
Yeah, some days they're not consistent at all. Depends on who's in there.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
just different people.
But today they were really nasty. So.
And I find it interesting that Szymanski, she's very sharp. She's able to spew off all these technical words when she's talking to the prosecutors, and it wasn't until the defense attorneys talked to her, asked her questions, where that magical 3-word I don't recall came in.
She said that as she packed up and stuff, that it wasn't in a hurry, that she was packing the car, and it was, I mean, they had told her to do it in a timely manner, but she didn't realize how big of a hurry she should be in until, as she was packing her car, she looked up and saw Ryan Bundy coming through the gates of the compound, and he had a sidearm
with a number of law
With
enforcement.
6
It
Metro.
wasn't like he was
With
just blazing in
Metro.
there, but there
And
was
he
with a
had
bunch of law enforcement.
a sidearm, and she said that is when she realized that she needed to hurry even more so, and that she was scared. She then had to have therapy and PTSD
Yeah.
therapy.
But she spoke with Ryan. He actually, asked her questions, and she didn't seem to be overtly
Oh, yeah.
yeah, she
needing
was
therapy. But anyway, I don't understand why a civilian with a sidearm is scary.
With
When
6
you've
Metro.
got a whole bunch of Metro people there with firearms too, and that's fine. But
They did ask her about that.
Yeah,
that
she's
she
like,
was with Metro and other
did they
people carrying
have
firearms.
Firearms, and she's like, yeah, I would assume so.
But she was scared because Ryan was on their list of people to watch for, or some list.
Yeah,
He was on one of
he
her
actually
lists.
asked her. He goes, "Were you? What was he? No, somebody was like, was he acting in a threatening manner?" And she's like, "No."
No.
And then
Yeah.
Myrie objected.
They
Like,
did ask if he was acting in a threatening manner, and he said no. But I knew that he was a person of interest or something.
Yeah.
That's when she did bring
Well,
that
and
up.
she had even brought up from the trial before how the police were so afraid. Everybody's so afraid, and so
And
she
yet
just
yesterday her
brought that up
testimony
again.
was,
How
we didn't
everybody
even
was-
know there was a threat. Nobody
Yeah,
told us there was
exactly,
a threat. And I'm
yesterday.
like, your testimony yesterday and today are completely different. I don't understand.
She's changed a lot. She's from yesterday and today. To me, I think she's acting different, changing. Somebody's talked to her.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say
That's
that.
just my speculation.
But-
Right, because I
Let's-
think at one point they were saying that there was no incident reports done on the 12th because everything was moving so fast.
Yeah.
But today she specifically said, I was there and I can tell you there was an incident log for the 12th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So
And
She had logged
then the one guy said that the communication had went down on Saturday. I mean, on that 12th, that it was down from from 9 to 2 or something. Well, then she said today that there was
no problem.
no problem
Right.
with communication, right?
Yeah. Besides that, there was a lot coming in, and so there might have been some talking over people. She did say those kind of things, but she did say it was working.
Yeah,
That
and
everything was
the other
working.
guy said it was completely So it just didn't make no
human
sense.
error.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did say there was human error, but they found that out later. But she didn't say that before everything was working great. Later, there was some human error.
So as of right now, jury selection does start on October 30th, and Friday, November 3rd, is the continuance of the evidentiary hearing,
Which could get the case thrown out,
which hopefully will get thrown out.
but
And the 1,000-page motion that was put in by Norwood is being continued until
December something.
11th.
November 11th.
It was a prosecution.
Prosecution is being
prosecution's
allowed
reply.
until the 11th to file their
To
response.
file
Oh,
the response.
okay.
Yes. December 11th.
December
December.
December
December
11th.
11th, not
Yeah,
November.
wasn't it? That was
December.
about it.
And that's sealed, and that's because it has the unredacted OGI report on Dan Love, as well
I don't know
as
if they can hear you.
all of the
you gotta get over
unredacted.
Come around over here,
Let
Doug.
me just finish it.
You can't hear.
It has the unredacted OGI report about
OIG.
Dan Love, OIG report about Dan Love, as well as all the unredacted attachments, with apparently amounts to somewhere near 1,200 pages.
So they have until December 11th to respond.
Well,
And that's
I think that's it,
pretty
though.
much it.
Well, no, that's not it, Sean. It's coming. You have to keep it going.
it starts Monday. Let's be prepared Monday,
Yep.
and let's get it
Come on
going.
down. We need a lot of people down here on Monday.
Yeah.
It gets
So
interesting.
we'll have the flags, the signs, everything out on Monday.
You hear that,
Hope-
David?
Hopefully we'll
All
see
right.
you
Pack your
Monday.
truck.
See you on Monday.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye.